Hi there. Today I want to introduce you to the onion method of decluttering. So, what's the onion method of decluttering? The onion method of decluttering is a method of decluttering that is probably the most effective when you just know that you've way too much stuff. You don't have nearly enough time to clean it. You don't have nearly enough energy to even begin to go through and figure things out, and you're just overwhelmed. And by no means do you have the time or energy to tackle an entire room at one time. With the onion method of decluttering, you are looking at the chaos, the clutter, like an onion that you are going to slowly strip away the layers one at a time. So the first layer of an onion, right, is really dry and it sloughs off pretty easily. And that's your first layer. So the probably the easiest room to illustrate would be the bathroom. So I say that, but I only have one bathroom and it's really small. So maybe if the bathroom was larger or I had more of them, maybe it wouldn't be quite so easy. But for me, the easiest room to start with to illustrate is the bathroom. So I went into my bathroom and I looked around and I went, okay, what is my first layer of stuff? And the first layer should be the easiest stuff that you can say, I can live without this. I don't need it. In my case, I opened up the cupboard under the sink and I looked at all the bottles of stuff under there and went, well, I don't use this cleaner anymore because whatever, doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. You don't even have to think about the reason, because the first level of decluttering is looking at it and going, what is the stuff I can let go of the easiest? And so when you're taking and you're doing that first level, that first layer, peeling it away, it's the stuff that you can throw away the quickest. So I pull a bottle out, and maybe it's something that's been sitting in my cupboard for 10 years and hasn't been used in 5, and I threw it away. And the next bottle I pulled out was something that gets used every week, and I put it back. And the next bottle was something that had a tiny bit left in it and it had been sitting there forever, and I threw it away. And so it's just like taking no more than a second really to make a decision. And if it's something you use regularly, put it back in there. You're going to use it. And if it's something that you haven't used in a long time and you have no immediate plans to continue using it, maybe it's time to throw it away. Now, there were some things that I hadn't used in a long time. I didn't really have any immediate plans to continue using it, but something just like maybe hesitate with throwing it away. And that's okay. Some of those things I put back under there because there's several layers to an onion, right? I think there's like 8 to 13 layers depending on what kind of onion you have, supposedly. I don't know. But we're just peeling away that outer skin, that immediate validation, peeling away that dry, crumbly, worthless skin and getting that out of there. And straight off the top, I probably eliminated 20% of what was under that sink. Boom, gone, out to the trash. And it's just practicing that method over and over and applying it to different areas of your house. You're not looking at it as, at this point, as something that you are going to be spending hours on. You don't have time to spend hours on it, right? You can say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, set a timer. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't have the time or the energy to delegate more than 5 or 10 minutes to it, 5 or 10 minutes, especially in this early stage, should produce results without any issues. Right now, you're really just focusing on getting rid of the stuff that you really haven't looked at in a long time. Stuff that you know pretty much right away when you look at it that this is no longer serving me. Like, that can go. This isn't adding any value to my life. This isn't worth the time. This is not worth the space that it is taking up in my house, and tossing it. And reminding yourself that it's okay if you only eliminated 5 or 10 or 20 things in those 5 or 10 minutes, because you're only giving it 5 or 10 minutes of your day. You're just peeling back that first layer so that you can get to the real actual substance of what belongs in your house. And using the onion method of decluttering allows for you to do that at a pace that works within your time, within your energy, within the time and the resources that you have available. Really, it's allowing yourself to give yourself grace throughout this process. The layers that have created the out of control mess or chaos in your house, they didn't happen overnight. They piled up slowly over time. And getting rid of them may not happen overnight. It may not happen in a week, in a month, and maybe not even a year. But you can still get there. You just need to take that first step and don't give up.